Alright, this is Mufasa back again. Back with another update, and I guess the hunt continues now. Is pretty much Juuu, or however you pronounce his screen name, said that maybe a day or so ago that the Easter egg does exist, and he gave us a slight hint, sort of. He says it's only on. He only tested this on Conquest Large. And he says it's easier to activate than the T-Rex Easter egg that was found. So, kind of made me think for me to go back in there. He gave us a little bit more detail, saying one person can trigger this, but it is class dependent. But he says if you do it with two people, it doesn't matter on your class. So, offhand, it's making me think of doing support to have, some explosives or recon to pretty much use C4. I really don't think assault would be used. Engineer might be used for the repair tool. Maybe that'll have to do something with. But he says that it's harder to find than the T-Rex Easter egg, but it's easier to activate. So that got me thinking. The main thing that went up on the forums and what I decided to do is, since they said it was, or we thought it was going to be any game mode, we tried doing team deathmatch and scurrying around the map, but it's only the island. So he said that it doesn't, he hasn't tested it in the other game modes. He only does it in Conquest Large, and he said it does depend on what side you're on. So I'm thinking America versus Chinese. So here are some of my thoughts and some of my things that I'm going to do tonight to try and find it. Sorry, my camera phone is very bad and my hands are shaky. Just had a lot of sweets and chocolate. So this area right here, if you're Chinese, you can't see it, or you're not allowed to walk in it, because he did say you'll have difficulty walking to it if you do team deathmatch. So maybe it's one of the bridges. Maybe you have to light all the bridges on fire. But let me get to what I think is going to be later. So if you're Chinese, you can't get here. If you're American, obviously, you can't get over here. And here are a few of my ideas. Let me just get a step closer to the TV so I don't have to keep leaning. So one of my ideas is you have to light up the fires. So if you light up certain fires, I'm assuming you would have to be recon to light them up at the same time. But technically that's not saying it's easier, because you still have to blow up a certain part of the dish to get to the other button. So I don't know. That theory is kind of in limbo. The other theory is if you're Chinese and you blow up the second half of the ship, which I haven't tested. So, if you're Chinese, you can sit on this island and RPG the back of this boat, which may in turn mean the oil spilling, blah, 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 and this explodes forward. That's one theory. Not really sure if that's going to work. The other theory is about the fires. So you have to light up certain fires, so I'm thinking recon class for C4, and I did notice in Team Deathmatch, not all the fires on the bridge, but some of the fires or oil spills you can almost walk to, but even if you throw explosives or shoot them, they don't catch on fire. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe we light all the bridges on fire or something. I don't know. With fires, I did notice when I lit these fires here, some of the fires are bigger than others. And I don't think it's order dependent, but I haven't tested that theory out. I know one guy on the forum was talking about the fires around D. If you put them in a certain order, they're bigger in a certain way. The only thing that I found timing-wise that I actually checked with my phone time is the fire that I don't want to say I discovered, but the secret fire oil spill here. That one has a significantly longer burn time than any fire that I've seen on the map. So I'm not sure if that's part of the trigger and that has to be lit and then something else happens and I just got booted. So sorry about that. Whoops. So other than that, oops, let it focus back in. So sorry about that. I had to get my controller. But other than that, what I'm thinking is, let's see. Let me join this thing back again and look at the map. The other thing I'm thinking is, other than oil spills or shooting that down, is exploring the area on the map that's non-accessible to certain teams. So pretty much, put the controller back down again. Pretty much yesterday or last night, I only did it for like maybe a half an hour. I ran around the maps. ran around the map in spots that the other team couldn't get to. So I just kept switching teams. Is blowing up debris. So yesterday I spent most of my time back here blowing up debris, and most of my time yesterday up here blowing up debris. Climbed the mountain a little bit, tried to blow up the mountain a little bit to see if what was there. So just to finish up my theory is, either A, we either light up fires and some airstrike or something happens and, you know, stuff happens. B, we have to be on this island and somehow trigger this boat to blow up. C, I flew to this boat when I'm on the Chinese side, and I walked around it. There wasn't anything there. I flew a helicopter to the top, and it was kind of weird because like the floor you can't really walk on. You like airwalk, so like the coordinates aren't exactly, you know, right. I tried shooting out the windows and stuff. I tried cruiser missiling, so I would come in a game, capture C, be a commander, and start cruise missiling random things. I would toggle my view to the 3D view, and then you can toggle the view in 3D view to either the gameplay, like it looks overhead, or it's like some sort of infrared type of view. It's kind of weird. I tried looking at that. When you look at that view, you see all kinds of weird textures in the water, so I just tried randomly blowing stuff up, but it's whatever. That may be the key too. Maybe you don't have to be a soldier, and maybe you have to be a commander to unlock this. But he did say again, he said you couldn't walk to it, or you had to be able to walk to it. So that lets me know you kind of have to be a soldier. The only other idea that's coming up in my head is that maybe somewhere, whenever you find it, maybe it's like a button or a C4 controller, you know, like when you pick up weapons and you can pick up the weapon. I don't know if it's just a controller for the C4 to make it blow up, or one of the old school Wile E. Coyote TNT things you press down on the charge and it blows up. Not really sure. Not really sure what I'm even looking for. But he said it can be triggered by one person, so it is class dependent. So I'm going to try running around as my support class, throwing ammo down and blowing stuff up. And if I spend a couple hours on here and I pretty much level the entire level of everything that I think that's destructible, if anyone has anything, let me know, or any ideas. I'm on the PS4 right now. My ID is Mufasa and then the number 2. So if you want to add me and we'll go around together hunting or something like that, let me know. But I'm going to go ahead and get into it and see exactly what I can find, and hopefully we'll find something. Alright, thanks guys, thanks for watching, happy hunting, and hopefully I find something. Later.